All right, fantastic. Welcome. We're excited to have you here tonight for Kingsway's first ever short film festival. It's our first ever, but we're endeavoring to bring this to you every single year as long as we're still in quarantine. And you may laugh at that, but maybe you shouldn't. But welcome. We're excited. My name's Gary, if you don't know me. We're really pumped to have the festival going on tonight. And I'll let you know, I have not seen any of these movies. I have not seen a single one of these films, which leaves me wondering, are we talking Toronto International Film Festival, where the best of the best come to play? Or are we talking America's Funniest Home Videos, where we're going to try really hard not to laugh when kids hurt themselves? So I don't know, but it's going to be great. It's a pretty big event here. Most of the seats are filled. We have a red carpet outside. Can we go to a live shot of that red carpet? Can we do that? There it is. Oh, I forgot about the physical distancing, so we didn't invite anybody, but we're ready to go, and we're glad that you're joining us. So a few things you should know. First of all, we're going to be voting. We're going to be live voting. So if you're watching this and it's not live, if you found this on YouTube and it's not live right now, you can still vote. Send your text to Chris Stone. He's not busy. He will continue to tabulate these votes. But we're going to announce the winner tonight. We're going to know by the end of the evening which film was the best film in your opinion, and we're excited to have that. And the prize is really hard to describe because I literally don't know what the prize is. But there is a prize. It's going to be great. It's going to probably cost Chris Stone a lot of money, but we're okay with that. So welcome, and we're happy that you're here, and we're ready to get started. As far as our, I did want to give you the number now, 905-902-8082. We're going to be showing you that number a whole bunch towards the end tonight. If you have it in your phone already, it's Chris Stone's personal cell phone number. You can call him right now and see if I'm kidding, but I'm not. And he's just going to be tabulating all of those votes for us. So if you don't have that number, 905-902-8082, make sure you're ready because you can't vote without it. And we're going to have like a 3-minute opening to vote tonight. So you can't wait to figure out what the number is. And when I think about the films tonight, when I think about all of these different artistic creations, I think of words like, words like life-changing, amazing, difference makers. And you know what all those words have in common? They're all found in the English dictionary. And some of them might just describe our first film tonight, Jesus Entered Jerusalem by John Stenga and his grandchildren.
After Jesus had told parables teaching the crowds, he and his disciples headed towards Jerusalem. He asked 2 of his disciples to go ahead to a village. He said that they would find a young donkey that had never been ridden before.
Untie it and bring it here. If the owner asks, "Why are you untying it?" tell them, "The Lord needs it."
And so the 2 left for the village, still puzzled about Jesus' request, discussing as they went what Jesus was going to do with the donkey. As they approached the village, sure enough, they saw a donkey. And as they went to untie it, the owner asked why. One disciple said, "The Lord needs it."
Is this live action?
So the disciples took the animal back to Jesus.
No.
When they arrived back, they showed Jesus the colt. He told them he was going to ride back to Jerusalem.
Show me.
And so the disciples threw a coat on the donkey, helped Jesus on, and they all headed for the city.
Should be on more, to be honest.
The gate guards recognized Jesus and let them in. Other people knew Jesus too, and they started shouting, "Hosanna to the King!"
Oh, it's with Lego?
Throwing branches and blankets on the road for Jesus. People were on rooftops and in the streets, making lots of noise, so much that many others came to also shout and sing praises to King Jesus. As he was riding, though, he was sad and saying and crying,
"How I wish all you people would understand the way to peace. This whole city with the temple will all be broken down in the future."
Jesus got off the colt, spoke to the people, but some of the leader Pharisees said, "Stop the followers for saying Hosanna and praises." But Jesus simply said,
"If they keep quiet, even the stones would burst into cheers."
And with that, Jesus and the disciples went to the temple.
Fantastic. That was some excellent narration. I like John. I like the way we had like an added layer of apparently Mark and I chatting. So we apologize for that. We fixed that. Fantastic video. Thanks so much to John and his grandchildren. I love any story with a donkey. I think donkeys are awesome. And I don't know if any of you kids at home know what you call a donkey with only 3 legs. Do you guys know what a donkey with 3 legs is? It's a wonky. I'll wait for you to laugh. Still waiting. Okay, we're going to move on. So our next movie tonight, our next short film, simply entitled Jonah and the Whale. It's from Joran and Henry Vandermolen.
I was the one who disobeyed God.
What do you say, Henry?
Throw him overboard. Fly, fly. I should have listened to God. Wow. Dear people of Nineveh. Dear people of Nineveh. Repent on your wicked ways. Is that the way, Mom?
Worship?
Worship the true God. Henry?
Fantastic. Love it. Thank you very much. Jonah and the Whale, that's entry number 2. You'll be asked to vote later, and we're just going to go by the numbers. So entry number 2 was Jonah and the Whale. Our third entry is from Stan and Kim Haig and family. Stan and Kim Haig and family, and it's simply called Storm Stopped.
Oh, wait.
The winds were blowing, the waves were crashing, the storm was rocking the boat. Jesus' flesh was great. Be still, said the wind and the waves, and the wind and the waves. The sea and the Jesus and the storm stopped.
And the video has stopped. Fantastic. So thank you for that, Stan and Kim Haig and family, for Storm Stopped. That was entry number 3. Entry number 4, entitled The 10 Commandments, is by Abigail, Aslan, and Willem Banda.
Lightning. 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 Lightning.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Abigail, Aslan, and William, for your entry, The 10 Commandments, our film number 4. Film number 5 is from the Vanderweer family, and it's simply called Don't Pick on Prophets.
Hi, I'm Bart Sampson with the Daily News. Breaking news near Bethel. And I'm sending you to Carolina. Carolina, you there?
Thanks, Bart. Bart. I'm just on the outside of Bethel and on what looks like a crime scene. I don't exactly know what's happening. There's bits and pieces of clothes everywhere. But wait, what's this? A phone? Let's check this out.
In this video, we're going to be picking on a prophet. So now all we need is a prophet. Hey, look, there's that prophet Elisha.
He's so weird.
And he's so bald.
Hello, boys!
Hi, Baldy. You're so bald, Baldy.
Baldy?
Yeah,
Wait, I'm not bald. It's a bald spot. See? That's it! Lions and tigers and bears! Oh my!
You think that's gonna work?
I
Wow, that was crazy. Well, now we know that you shouldn't pick on prophets. Back to you, Bart.
Thanks, Kalina. That's it for the Daily News. See you next time.
Fantastic. I always thought the moral was don't pick on bald people, and I've always been a fan of that message. But thank you so much to the Vanderweer family for entry number 5, Don't Pick on Prophets. Our next entry, number 6, is from Stacy and Mary Grace, and it is called The Story of Jonah.
Jonah.
Huh? Oh, what's that?
It's God. Go to the great city of Nineveh. Tell them that I will destroy their wicked city.
Oh, okay, God. God told me to go to the city of Nineveh, but I don't want to go there. I should hide from God.
Who wants to go to Tarshish? Me. Okay, here you go. Thank you. Bye. All aboard. Let's go to Tarshish. Help! Help! Lord, help us, Lord! Hey, wake up! Pray to your God.
Let's see. 40 days from now, Nineveh will be destroyed. Then the people believed and fasted. The king ordered to pray and fast, so God changed his mind and did not destroy them. But Jonah got angry. That's why I ran to Tarshish. I knew that you're merciful and compassionate, God. You're eager to turn back from destroying people. I'd rather be dead than alive if what I predicted will not happen.
Is it right for you to be angry about this?
Jonah went to the hill. God put a plant to grow and give him shade. Then he also put a worm to eat the plant, and Jonah got angry again.
Is it right for you to be angry about this?
Yes, angry enough to die.
You feel sorry about the plant, though you did nothing to put it there. It came quickly and died quickly. But Nineveh has a lot of people living in darkness. Shouldn't I feel sorry for such a great city?
Fantastic. The Story of Jonah, that was number 6 from Stacy and Mary Grace. I've always loved the story of Jonah, but I'll be honest, I never found it that hard to believe, that amazing. Jonah spent 3 days in the belly of a great fish. Because I have an Uncle Ray, he lives down in the Everglades, and he was swallowed whole by an alligator, and that was like 3 years ago. And so we miss him, but that's a good story too. Number 7, Joshua and the Great Wall. The Hawkins family is next.
The children of Israel are at last, after all our wanderings, at home in the land of Canaan, which was promised to us, our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, just across the Jordan River in Jericho, with high walls around it. We need to conquer Jericho to enter our country. God told me his plan. Each day we are to walk around the city with the ark and priests blowing horns.
You can't get me.
On the 7th day we walked silently around 6 times with the horn blowing. But the 7th time we shout. Shout! Our Lord's giving you the city! captured Jericho, we saw that God was with us, as he had been with Moses.
Fantastic. I'm going to be rewatching that part where Nate gets beat up every single day. That's fantastic. That was Joshua and the Great Wall from the Hawkins family, and that was number 7. Our number 8 entry, The Fall of Adam and Eve, is by the Hogeveen family, and they're up next.
God placed the man in the Garden of Eden to take care of it, but God warned him.
You may freely eat the fruit of every tree in the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you eat its fruit, you are sure to die.
God wanted man to have a helper, so he took a rib from him while he was asleep to create a woman. The serpent was the shrewdest of all the wild animals the Lord God had made. One day he asked the woman,
Did God really say you must not eat fruit from any of the trees in the garden?
I eat the fruit. That's a real tree. Don't touch it. You'll die.
You won't die. God knows that your eyes will be opened as soon as you eat it. You will be like God, knowing both good and evil.
The woman was convinced. She saw that the tree was beautiful and its fruit looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it would give her. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some fruit to her husband, and he ate it too. Their eyes were open, and they felt shame at their nakedness. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. Adam and Eve heard God in the garden, so they hid because they were afraid. God said,
Where are you?
Adam said, I heard you in the garden, and I hid because I am naked.
Who told you that? Did you eat the forbidden fruit?
Adam told God that the woman had given him the fruit to eat. God said,
What have you done?
God then cursed the snake to a rough life for all his days. So God banished them from the Garden of Eden, and he sent Adam out to work the ground from which he had been made.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's the Hogeveen family with our entry number 8, The Fall of Adam and Eve. And I've always wondered from that story, did Eve ever have a date with Adam? And then I read through it and I realized, no, just the apple. And so next up, number 9, Nahum's Pride. That's from the Stone family.
This is Naaman. He was the captain of the king of Aram. He was a great man, but he had leprosy, which he did not like because he was such a great man. The Arameans had taken captive a little girl from Israel, and she waited on Naaman's wife.
Here, Master, here's the cup you wanted. Thank you. I heard a prophet of the Lord that to kill your husband. His name is Elijah. That would be good.
This is Elisha and Elisha's servant. When Elisha heard about Naaman's leprosy, he sent his servant with instructions on how to be healed.
Naaman, my master says, go and wash in the Jordan River 7 times. No, I'm too important for this. No, I will not wash the Nile River. I'm too good to do this.
But Naaman, he would have told you something difficult to do. Wouldn't you have done it? Well, then do it.
So Naaman finally listened to the instructions given to him by Elisha's servant. He went down to the Jordan River and bathed 7 times, and he was healed.
I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm really healed. Thank the Lord. I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed. Thank the Lord. I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm healed.
Fantastic. That was Naaman's Bride, our number 9 entry from the Stone family. And I always think of this story when I think about pride and stubbornness. I think about the captain of the USS John F. Kennedy, an aircraft carrier that was traveling across the Pacific Ocean, and they got a radar hit. And so they radioed to the other person. They said, listen, you need to change your course by 15 degrees. And they got this crackly response from somebody who said, actually, why don't you change your course 15 degrees? And the commander got on the radio and he said, you don't know who I am. You don't know who we are. We are the largest aircraft carrier in the world. You will go 15 degrees to starboard. And the guy replied, okay, but just so you know, I'm a lighthouse. Next up, number 10, Jonah and the fish, Elijah fast.
Once there was a messenger of God named Jonah. There also was a city called Nineveh. Nineveh was the capital city of the largest country of the world. God saw that the city Nineveh was wicked. So God told Jonah to go to the city and warn the people that God was going to destroy it. Jonah decided to do the exact opposite of what God wanted. Jonah boarded a boat to go as far away as he could. Jonah found a comfortable spot on the boat and fell asleep. God sent a huge storm to the sea. The captain was amazed that Jonah was still asleep. He woke Jonah and told him to call to his God so that they might be saved. Everyone was calling to their gods. They decided to cast lots to see who made their God angry. The lot fell on Jonah. Where do you come from? What business do you have here? How did you make your God so angry? I am a Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of the heavens, who made the sea and the dry land. Jonah told the men that he was not obeying what God told him to do. Jonah told them to throw him overboard. They didn't want to, but they did. As soon as he fell into the water, everything became still. The sailors believed in the God of Jonah. A big fish swallowed Jonah. Jonah was in the fish for 3 days before God told the fish to vomit him out. While he was in the belly of the fish, he made a prayer of thanksgiving to God. He promised to God to do what he wanted done. The fish vomited him out onto dry land. This time Jonah obeyed God and went to Nineveh. Jonah walked across the city and said, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." The people believed God and turned away from their wicked ways. The king sent out a law. No one should eat or drink. They should spend all their time calling out to God for forgiveness. God saw the actions of the people of Nineveh and how they turned from their evil ways, and he did not destroy their city.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That was number 10, Jonah and the Fish by Elijah Fast. And finally, our last up. Actually, the thing about Minecraft that's so amazing, that was all done on Minecraft, obviously. It's the amount of detail that you can control as the person creating, that you can actually choose the size of the shoes that your character wears. That's true. They actually measure them in square feet. Number 11, David and Goliath from Coco and Kai Caprice.
Once there was a boy named David. David was a shepherd boy who was out tending his sheep. Meanwhile, the Israelite army was facing the Philistine army, and the Philistine army had a great big warrior, Goliath. He said,
"Send one of your best warriors to fight me. If they win, they can take the Philistines as slaves. If I win, then I get to take the Israelites as slaves."
The Israelites were so scared they ran away. When David heard about this, he wanted to fight, so he prayed to God. David went to see the king to tell him he would fight. The king said, "Very well then. Well, if you are to fight, you must need my royal armor." David said he didn't need it because he had the power of God and his slingshot. He went to a river and got 5 stones. And then he went to face Goliath. The Philistines laughed and laughed, but David knew with the power of God he could David, and the Philistine army ran away. With the power of God, David saved Israel. Remember, no matter how big the obstacle, with God, you can overcome it.
Fantastic. Thanks so much. So that was number 11, David and Goliath by Coco and Kai Caprice. That's it. You've seen them all. They're all excellent. It's going to be a very hard choice for you, but the voting is now open. It's going to be open for about 4 minutes. I'm going to give you the number, 905-902-8082. That's Chris Stone's number if he's in your contact list. We're asking that you just vote by number, and if you've already forgotten some of the numbers, that's fine. We're going to show you a short summary video showing some of the best clips from all the different episodes, and in that you'll see the numbers again, and you'll be able to send that along. By the time this video ends, in about 3 minutes, voting ends, and so you need to do it during the video. Pick your favorite, text your response to Chris, and we're going to tabulate those votes. All right, here we go. All right, fantastic. So we're closing the voting right now. We're just going to need a few minutes to tabulate all the scores. We got a lot of votes. We heard them coming in. And so we're going to show you a little bit of a home video to keep you occupied while we count things up, and we'll come back with a winner.
These kids acting like they pulling a rope across the street. Look at it. They stop the cars, guys. Stop. They think they pulling a rope across the street. Yeah, to get out and look.
Cruz, why don't you eat your vegetables?
Not today. Not today.
Okay, so we've loaded the first stage of the pump with muck. And now I'm going to pressurize the stage, and we should see the muck come out of the valve at the end. Very simple. Here we go.
Number 7.
Kitty cat ready to do battle. Kitty cat, how are you?
Don't
There
we
you
just
are.
say First is
Coming
number
down?
7? Yeah. And then don't.
Oh!
Third? You want me to?
Whoops. You got my glove. Ow! He's got my glove. Give me my glove back, you. Nuts. Here. Bring it. Here, take it. Take it with you.
All right, we have tabulated all of the votes. There was a ton of votes. I don't know exactly how many, but a lot of votes, probably more than we expected. But we've gone through them all. We've tabulated them up. And in true form to an award show, I have the envelope here. Having said that, this is a Dutch church, so I have to reuse the envelope so it's not sealed. So I just wrote them down. So here we are. We had a tie for third place. The third place tie goes to Jonah and the Fish by Elijah Fast. And the story of Jonah, Stacy, and Mary Grace. There's a two-way tie for third place. Let's give them a big round of applause. You'll have to do it at home, I guess. Here we go. Fantastic. We also had a tie for second place. The second place tie was between number 9, Naaman's Pride, the Stone family, and number 8, The Fall of Adam and Eve, the Hogeveen family. So that was a tie for second place. Congratulations. And our first place video, with the more votes than anyone else, obviously, was number 7, Joshua and the Great Wall, the Hawkins family. Big round of applause for the Hawkins family for their Joshua and the Great Wall short film, our winner tonight. We want to thank everyone who submitted a video. It's shocking to see how much work you put into them. It's shocking to see how much time you had on your hands to put that together in a week. And we're very thankful that you took that time and shared your talents with all of us here tonight. Of course, want a big thank you to Chris Stone, who came up with the idea, put the entire thing together, and still had time to make an excellent video as well. So thanks so much to Chris Stone. Chris, how about a round of applause for you, Chris? Can you push that button? He's here tonight. This was all done by him, and we're thankful for his love for our community and sharing here within the Kingsway family. So thankful that you joined us. We're excited to have you join us again Saturday night, 7 o'clock. The pre-study starts at 6:45. Sunday morning at 9:30. The pre-service starts at 9:45. We'll begin. Hoping to see you there again. As always, just want you to stay well, stay safe, and know that we miss you guys. All right, take care.